I understand Joe somewhat. Like you was
Huh?
controlling.
Hey,
Listen.
yo. Yes, sir. Welcome back to Redacted Show. I'm your host, Wafik or Feek, with my co-host, my other host.
It's your co-host Day to Day in the building, and we're back for another Redacted for Keith special. Redacted for Keith special. Great friends of the pod. We got Gregory and Jackson in the building.
Full government.
Full government, a little crazy.
Who makes that? Who's the player that has that video that's doing that?
I don't know what you're talking about, but speaking of players, we came together on this great Tuesday evening to talk about Michael, the movie that just came out last weekend at the time of this recording. We all seen it up until this point. We will get into our non-sport. Also, let me finish the intro first. Please make sure you guys subscribe, engage in our reels, our TikToks. We really do appreciate the support. Trying to keep growing that subscriber count and things of that nature. And if you want to donate monetarily, there's a link in the description below. That's 17 cents a day, $5 a month. You can send that the redacted way. Now, get into our non-spoilery review, which if we're getting, my hot take is there's no such thing as a spoiler for a biopic. All that information is readily available on the internet. So we can get into our non-spoiler review, but I'll give it to the guests if they want to give their non-spoiler review, their first impressions of the movie, what they felt about it, and then initial ratings before we get into the meat and potatoes of the movie.
Who want to go first? Me or you?
Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead.
All right. I heard somebody on the internet call this a Wikipedia page, and like I agree. That whole it's just like I'm a Michael Jackson fan. Like this Mike shit means something to me for real, bro. So like it just like I feel like it just glossed through everything. But it was like I'll watch it if they make a part 2. I'll watch it because of Michael Jackson. But like, man, I wanted to like it more, but I really didn't.
Okay. Rating out of 1 to 10 on first watch.
Like, I don't know, like 5.5 maybe.
Interesting.
It's really just the 5 because it's just Michael Jackson. He get 5 off rip. Like there's just 5 extra points added to him. But like I knew everything that happened. Like,
it's Michael.
I want to learn something, bro. I knew everything with the biopic, bro. I want to learn something.
Oh,
I understand.
so he did want to spoil it. My bad.
You want a documentary, not a.
No, I want to look into the mind of Michael Jackson. I didn't get that.
The only way you gonna look at his mind if you was Bubbles.
Wait, Dana, have you seen that video?
Which one?
Oh wait, okay, because I didn't put it in the pie. I was gonna make it as like a separate. Yeah, he gonna see it. He gonna see it.
All right, Greg. What are your initial thoughts, rating of the movie? Without getting too in depth.
I guess my non-spoiler review about it. One thing I learned very quickly. That nigga Michael Jackson was too impactful to go in depth in his whole life in one movie. Like that nigga was like so impactful that in order to cover that, they only covered what, like 10 or 11 years or whatever. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but like you can edit that how you want. But it's just kind of like they glossed over so much, but it's just like, damn, like that movie was like 2 hours and some change, and we didn't even get into post like 90s or anything like that. So I kind of already knew like Michael Jackson like when you're trying to go in depth, you would have to do like if you really wanted to go in depth, you would have to do specific moments. And I will go into further explanation with my non-spoiler when we go into like the spoiler section. But that's where it is. I still enjoyed the movie. Treated it like a concert. Gave it a 7.
That's good. 7.
Yes.
10. Rafiq.
Long story short, I felt like I really enjoyed the movie. I'll say that. I enjoyed the movie. I felt entertainment wise, I went in the mindset not thinking I was gonna get any in-depth information. I went in thinking I was gonna get more so entertainment, and that's what I got. So I gave it about a 9 out of 10. If I nitpicked everything, I'd be like, it's about a 7. But off the first watch, I enjoyed it. It did feel short. It felt like the movie itself felt like an introduction for a movie that was about to happen. I don't know if that makes sense, but it feels like you're supposed to watch. It felt like that was a prequel watch before you watch an actual Michael movie, because it felt like that was covering like these are the basics. This is the entertainment wise. Now we're gonna get into the in-depth portion. That's what it felt like to me. But I still think I would still give it at least entertainment wise a 9 out of 10.
Okay. I kind of more on the side of Feek's side. I really enjoyed it. As someone who obviously we all grew up, we were all alive during Mike's. I guess later, like second half of his life, so to speak. But speaking me personally, wasn't I guess aware of the type of celebrity Mike was. Like obviously, we all grew up on the songs, but it's just like as a kid, I didn't understand how famous. I couldn't quantify or fathom how famous he was.
What do you mean?
Like I knew he was. I'm a kid. Like I didn't really understand.
I knew. I was a kid. I knew.
But it was like my parents forced or put on Mike like that. Like obviously there's media that we listen to his music and different things like that. But I'm just speaking from my experience.
Y'all wasn't bumping Mike and Humble?
I was never
Don't put it on Humble. We was definitely bumping Mike and Humble.
We were bumping Mike and Humble. I was thinking that shit in the shower. But I enjoyed my movie experience. I really enjoyed the movie. I think it's still like it's a good biopic, but it doesn't kind of grow out of its skin in the sense of like doing something we haven't seen in a biopic before. And I think there's a lot of reasons through lawyers and made stuff that was cut out in the movie that we can kind of get into once we talk about the movie that I think they did film or wanted to show, but because of certain clauses or certain things that were attached to the movie, they didn't show or they didn't really go into in depth on. So I kind of went into that or kind of came out of the movie understanding that and still enjoy like the music was great, soundtrack was great. I believe it was shot really well. And I would give my rating at least like a 9 off first watch, like 9, 10. It was good. And I think kind of last point we can go into kind of the full in-depth review to Feast's point. I think this was a movie for a lot of people because it's been a long time since Michael has passed. It's been almost 20 years. There's people that are about to graduate college that were born when he died. So I think this movie was a lot of kind of an introduction to those people that either were aware of Mike or weren't alive or aware of the kind of celebrity and entertainer he was, which is why there was a lot of, I guess, concert scenes or music scenes or different things like that, which I really enjoyed, and still also humanizing them in a way through pretty much the main heavy of the movie, which was his father, which kind of jumping into that, we can just go ahead and get into the spoiler section. So at this point, if you've not seen Michael, please go watch it. I believe it is a really good theater experience.
Sure.
And at this point, we will go ahead and get into the whole movie. So how we do reviews, we pretty much talk about character to character, jump around scenes that are worth discussion. So I want to kind of jump into Jafar Jackson, Michael's nephew. I think he was personally the star. I mean, clearly he was the main actor, but I think if he was the real star of the movie, like it didn't seem like he was trying to be like metaphorically trying too hard to be someone he's not. It was moments in the movie I'm like, wow, this nigga really Michael Jackson. Like just feeling him through the screen, through the music, and
You heard his aura.
yeah,
Nah, for real. Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
If there was any gripes with the movie, he is definitely not one of them. Like he acted his ass off. He was amazing. Played the role to a T. His uncle will be proud. But how do y'all feel about Jafar's performance and how he did?
No, he was in his bag. He did good. Like I didn't have a problem with none of like the. Well, I had a problem with one of the actors, but for the most part, I didn't have a problem with none of the actors. Like what?
What actor you had a problem with, Jackson?
Yeah, let's get
into that.
You didn't like Joe. Let's just
all right.
Let's address the Joe Jackson in the room because
I don't have a like Joe Coleman Domingo did a good performance. I have a problem with the casting director because Joe Jackson is a light skinned nigga with green eyes. Why did they make him this big black nigga, bro? Why did they do that? That's some Tyler Perry shit, bro. That's why I ain't like that shit. Joe Jackson is a light skinned nigga with green eyes. They made Coleman Domingo the same color as me. And they gave his ass green eyes and say you're Joe Jackson.
Well, he had a lot of makeup on himself to look like Joe, and he even had colored contacts.
Exactly, but still, like he don't know, bro. Joe Jackson is a light skin.
Who'd you want, nigga? Aaron Pierre?
You wanted Greg?
I'm just saying, why does the nigga have to be evil, bro? Is all I'm saying.
I see what you mean.
There's some Tyler Perry shit. I didn't like that.
Greg, how do you feel about
evil light skinned niggas?
We're not talking about fucking Tyler Perry.
I just wanted to point that out. You know what I mean? Niggas forget about Michael Ealy for Color Girls. I'm just going. I digress. I'm not here to go down a rabbit hole. Let's focus. Right.
What were your thoughts on Jafar Jackson's performance and kind of tying into that Colin Domingo's Joe Jackson performance in this movie? So they're pretty much the protagonist and antagonist.
Yeah, when it comes to Jafar, like even if I wanted to like break down the movie, even if I wanted to rate it, like when it comes to like performance, the niggas' performances, that was a 10. I enjoyed my time at the theater with all those performances, the feet movement, the music. You know what I mean? Niggas in my movie theater was singing along. I rolled in like 8 deep. Everybody was wearing Michael Jackson shirts, so like I fuck with everything like that. It was just, you know, the movie in totality I gave a 7, but performance 10. Jafar, my goodness. I have no words for like even when I looked at like certain critics, because I knew like Rotten Tomatoes and all these other people, they were giving them like harsh critics. Even if you go through the reviews, nobody's saying nothing bad about Jafar. With as much gripes as niggas have for the movie, they leave Jafar alone out of it. As far as Coleman Domingo, I think he did an accurate portrayal of what Joe Jackson could do under the guidance and circumstances.
I don't think it was accurate. I think Joe Jackson probably a little bit worse.
You don't think it was accurate, or do you think he was accurate off the strength of the color?
I think them showing him whooping Michael was accurate enough.
Yeah,
I feel like Joe Jackson was probably worse. He was probably worse than they made him.
Yeah, for sure. But you want me to?
That nigga was evil. Like,
wait, what more did you want, Jackson? You want that nigga to punch him?
I'm just
on screen.
He wanted that nigga to get bloodied on the
just
screen.
For you to come on this podcast and talk about. You see, this is why they dark skin too, bro. No. Oh, but to get off Jafar for a little bit. I feel you. To get back on, not Jafar, but I forgot the guy, the little boy's name that did like Lil Jackson for Jackson 5. He did a really good job too. And I don't think a lot of people talk about him. I think his name is Julian.
Yeah,
Something. I
Giuliano
forgot.
Valdi.
He did a really good job. I'm not gonna lie. I liked, and like you said, we're only like focused on like the protagonist and the antagonist right now. But there was a few performances that I was like surprised, or like not that there were cameos or anything, but there was a few actors that first I didn't know was gonna be in a movie. But even when they were in the movie, I'm like, okay, bad. Like this is low key kind of like a little star-studded cast, a little bit. I'm starting to see some familiar faces. It wasn't like everybody was brand new. But yeah, I like both Jacksons, and I liked the portrayal of Joe. I'm sorry you feel that with Jax.
No, I'm in similar boats. I think just kind of jump to what's his name? Giuliano, the little kid who played Lil Jackson, Michael, excuse me. I think his performance, if I had to rate performances, I think I liked his the best. It was something about the scene when they were in the recording studio and he was doing with ABC. I was like, I don't know. It was something about that scene. I was like, this shit crazy. I don't know why. That's the only thought process I had was like, this shit crazy. And it's crazy that this actually, granted, it may not be exactly like that, but something similar to this happened. And this nigga was like 10 years old doing this.
Yeah.
A 10-year-old is practically
he was 8.
You right. You 8.
You're right. You 8.
How old are you? 8. But it was just something about realizing that somebody has this much magnitude behind them, and I really liked how they kept emphasizing that throughout the movie. You see the different eras of Mike, and you really get to see, even though we have seen videos of people passing out, but it's just something about seeing it in a theater, even though it's acting, that is just like, this shit is insane. Like, that's the only way I can say is this shit was insane. And there's not going to ever be another star like this. Like,
Ever.
Never.
Ever. So
I'm not going to, I don't think they did a good job of like portraying how like big he was though. Pause if necessary. Like how like, I feel like they didn't do it. Yeah, I don't think they showed that well enough in my opinion.
How would you have wanted them to show that in this movie? Like what are the things that they did do in the movie that they should have done or should have added differently that would have at least come close to showing how big of a star Mike was?
I feel like it should have showed, or like, granted, like I guess you really couldn't do that just because of how all the different like eras they was trying to cover and everything, but like show like his rise a little bit more and how like his I would say it would show like his interaction with like other celebrities and other big people in that time. Like they didn't even show like him working on the Wiz and that how that affected his career, made him bigger. They didn't show like how people felt he was snubbed for what was it, like Off the Wall, and that's what made him make Thriller. Like, and that was also what built up his name. Like, I don't think they showed that. Like they showed like the concerts at the end where like they were in Dodger Stadium or some shit like that. Like they showed that and it like zoomed out to like, oh, it's a whole bunch of people in the crowd. But I still don't think they did that good of a job because like Michael Jackson, like the most famous people ever are like Jesus Christ and Michael Jackson. I don't think they did a good job like showing that he's second to Jesus in terms of fame.
Yeah.
Do you feel they showed?
Maybe I'm nitpicking though.
I think I got to push back a little bit on the Wiz because that was apparently based off of the reports. Like the Wiz was supposed to be on there.
Yeah,
but the fact that Diana Ross had to like, league. I feel like Diana Ross kind of like all your critiques could go back to Diana Ross. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the majority of your critiques, like it could have.
Yeah, Diana Ross like, and lawyers.
Yeah, Diana Ross and lawyers because they had to portray it like this nigga Mike was living with his family in a house for like all of his life, well into his adult years when he had like a New York, he had a place in New York that that he was spending time with, and of course Diana Ross was, there, and other
And he was at the
celebrities.
club
But
with all them people and all that shit too. Like,
I will
yeah,
say
so
I
yeah,
did not. I don't mean to cut you off, Greg, but I did think it was crazy because I didn't know this personally, but that he fired his father and still lived with the nigga. Like, to imagine, first you send this nigga a fax in the mail, like,
Send that
you're
boy
no
email.
longer my manager. You're fired. You come back to the house, go up the stairs in your room, nigga. We had a whole conversation. That's the only time I was like, you know what? I understand Joe somewhat. Like, you was controlling. Listen.
no fly zone.
Listen.
I'm waiting.
That nigga Dana kids about to be. They got me working day and night.
That was the only, because like he created this. Like Joe did all this. Like, there's no excuse for the shit he put Mike and all his sons through
and daughters.
and daughter.
On that plane.
But I was just saying, like, damn, nigga, you couldn't just tell me that.
Hell no, you gonna slap the shit out of me.
That is true. And there's also like two things can be true with that movie.
That nigga was an abuser. No, he was abusive. No, he wasn't about to tell him.
Nigga, like me a Dodge though.
But I also think kind of going into the Joe, character, it really humanized. That's one thing I did appreciate about the movie. It humanized Mike in a way because he didn't have a normal life, which I think they did show well, because if you're someone that famous, he essentially was made to do this one thing, be this biggest star. So you're not going to have a normal life being on the road, doing all these gigs. Next thing you know, you're the biggest star in the 80s going into the 90s. And it's like, you can't really relate to a lot of people. That's like the only people that you really can talk to is Bubbles. And you're paying with all these other people because you never had a normal life. And that's why he went to those kids in the hospitals, because he could talk to them and they would listen, or they wouldn't just be. They were true innocent kids that just were talking to him, didn't see him for who he was, except for everyone else who was like, oh my gosh, this is Michael Jackson. Like, I'm about to faint type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I did appreciate about the movie and just portraying that.
I think one thing they brought up that was good too was the Neverland aspect, and I guess trying to show how that influenced him a little bit. So I guess for people that don't know, Michael had that ranch too called Neverland later on in life, where he had like all the animals and everything, but kind of seeing, I guess, the beginning stages of that, but also seeing how the story of Peter Pan kind of influenced him. And they I think that was just a directional, a director thing, but they kind of showed or tried to insinuate that almost I want to say like the surgery and stuff he did was because of Peter Pan. They did a quick aspect of showing him when he was talking about like his face and everything. They did a pan to Peter Pan and kind of showing his face. I think that was just a director's choice more so than anything else.
For sure. That's for sure. Director.
I thought that was kind of an interesting choice, but it was a point in when he was in the hospital that they made the cap on his head for the burn look like Peter Pan's hat. It was shaped like how Peter Pan's hat is, and they had him when he was walking around talking to the kids. They had it shaped like his hat. That was a little directional choice that they kind of went with. Whether that was intentional or not, it may have been, it may not have been, but it looked like his hat. So
yeah, that was
kind of interesting to me.
Good observation.
That's interesting because I know based off of history, a lot of that leading factor of him trying to get that nose surgery. One was because he's just a perfectionist. He wanted to be perfect, but I think he said that in the movie too. But
Yep.
even then, it was just kind of like his main focus was like, yo, I'm not trying to look like Joseph, which was another thing. For as strict as this nigga Joe Jackson was, don't nobody call that nigga dad in the movie ever.
No, that's how
Like
they do it.
just in life.
No, that's how Jehovah's Witnesses do. That's how Jehovah's Witnesses do. They call their parents by their birth names, or they can call, or they don't say mom, they only say mother. Like that's just Jehovah's Witness shit. And like the movie didn't talk about how they were Jehovah's Witnesses and shit, and how like
we
knew what? Because you ain't know, nigga. All right,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but I'm not saying I knew that, but I understand why they wouldn't necessarily go that religious route or like.
No, I'm like saying they can show like because he felt like he was always conflicted about making the type of music he did, even though like grand scheme of things, the music's not crazy because the music we listen to now is 10,000 times crazy.
Yeah.
He was always like conflicted about that, like being a Jehovah's Witness and making the type of music he did and shit.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to the point of there's so much about Mike's life that needs to be put. Like, if you're gonna make a biopic about Mike and talk about everything, there's so much you can't just do it in one movie. It might take like 3 Zack Snyder length movies.
Yeah, that nigga was just so interesting for like damn near all his life.
The movie was
like
2 hours and like 4 minutes.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like when you look at like biopics, I ain't gonna lie, there's not a lot of biopics that are just super super great after of just telling everything, and then out of all of those that like are super super great, most of them are not backed behind like the family or the family estate. It's somebody that is non-biased and is gonna like show you everything. But if you look at all the biopics that was behind family, like the George Foreman one, like come on, my nigga, like respectfully, I love George Foreman, Houston native, but it's gonna be mad propaganda in that. Like like,
and I just think like, just it is like the point of just there. I'm positive that they filmed a full length movie starting from his startup to the end, and I would like to believe in the second part if they do a second part, because I did see somewhere like reported
they just announced I think today that they have plans to do a second part, or that they're in talks to start production on it soon.
Because I seen pictures of Jafar in like the white Michael Jackson like makeup and all that stuff, so I'm pretty sure they're like working on it.
So like maybe they will. Maybe they will go there in the second half. I'm kind of hoping they do, but it just goes back to what the Jackson family will allow to be shown in that movie. That's really all it is. And as long as it's a good, it's pretty much if it gets their blessing, then it's gonna be in the movie.
If they do a part 2, they need to show where he's like shaking the baby over like the hotel railing.
Question for the panel. In the second movie, will we get a Conrad Murray mention?
If he dies, if it goes all the way to the end, then yeah.
Realistically, where you think it's gonna stop though? You think it's gonna stop before death? Like if he was to do a second part?
I think it would start.
I don't know. I didn't think this would stop before what you call it. I just didn't know. So.
Because then there was somewhere where it said the movie spanned over like 4 decades. I'm like, no, it didn't.
I mean that.
We stopped at 88.
3 because he was born in like 58, something like that, and it ended in
so 8. I mean they started as early as like 1966.
Yeah.
So from 66 to
and then
89.
Ended after like the Bad album, essentially, like 89.
Yeah, so
they still got a whole 20 left.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if they do it, it won't. I think more than likely for the second one, it would end before the actual death, but it will be kind of like where it ends. It'll do something like in memory of Michael, and then kind of do like a fade out to like a more older picture and then a younger picture too, something like that. I don't think they'll actually. I highly doubt they show anything pertaining to the actual like death or anything.
Realistically, I think it'll be. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, might end like because he was supposed to go on tour or whatever because he had dropped like
the This Is It tour.
Yeah, so it might end like on that tour or whatever. Like him doing a practice.
It might end on that tour, and they might just go ahead and like release some of that like those last few days, last few week footages of him like practicing. They always have that resurface.
I'd say they I don't think they would.
No, I'm saying like. There was nothing bad. There was nothing bad at the This Is It.
I'm saying like
him practicing
like
with the
releasing like new footage or whatever of him at the what you call it.
No, I'm not saying that it's gonna be new, but I'm just saying like how they have like the rolling credits. Like I would feel like they would have like some real pictures of Mike towards the end and him with whatever the case may be. Nothing heinous or nothing crazy, but. Just a thought, but that just depends on where they're gonna end it.
You think they gonna have him in the Super Bowl just standing there for 13 minutes?
Hey, that'd be hard as fuck.
That'd be hard as fuck. They would have.
You think they gonna do the full 13, or they because they're going to show that? Are they gonna show the whole 13?
They're gonna do at least 5 to 8 minutes of that.
They show 5 to 8.
Speaking of fucking long scenes that were iconic, like that when he was with the Crips,
I did not know that.
You never seen that picture?
No.
You never seen the picture of Michael Jackson with all the Crips throwing gangs?
I didn't think they were gonna show it.
That nigga's an honorary
Crip. Michael is a Crip, bro.
I didn't think they show that, and they like when he first like pulled up, and I was like, no way they finna show it. And then they showed it. And then they like, low key, I feel like that scene was too long, but still, it's just like, I was just surprised they put that in the fucking movie. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, what the fuck?
I was just astonished that these niggas were breakdancing before Mike got in there. Like they were just breakdancing, like a breakdance battle. Like they niggas put the guns down and just started dancing. I was like, oh, so y'all do know how to tone it down. Like y'all do know how to.
Y'all just don't want to.
Y'all just choosing this.
They heard Mike was coming, so they stopped. I'm like, what?
I mean,
that
nigga
star
stopped
power,
the war
man.
for
Star
one day.
power.
That nigga iconic. Nigga.
We don't got niggas like that no more.
On me.
You think Drake? If Drake said some shit like, let's have a ceasefire, guys.
Then you never see
Hey man, please, yeah.
Nah, that's crazy.
You never see.
Yeah, refer.
Wow.
Michael Jackson was really.
Doesn't he have a Doesn't he have like a song on his on one of his albums? I think it's the exclusive album. Oh
I
my
think
god.
so. He got some song about gangbang or some shit like that.
Yeah, like he has one called Blue Gangster or something like that.
Blue Gangster.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Real.
Yeah.
Mike was in them streets, man.
Hey, that song was kind of good.
I was in
good
the
though.
street.
I ain't gonna lie.
Moonwalking.
That moonwalk scene, nigga, that shit was crazy.
That scene was crazy. What was some of y'all like favorite scenes overall?
I ain't gonna lie. I like the ending when they started you know how they did like the full circle moment where he's backstage again and Bad is about to play.
Oh yeah.
Dun dun dun. I was like, oh shit. All right, nigga. This the best thing I'm gonna get to a concert, nigga, cause that nigga he gone. Like this shit fire as fuck. And on top of that, I wasn't expecting him to actually have the concert. I just thought that nigga was finna like run out the stage and then the movie was gonna end. I didn't know that nigga was still gonna give me a concert. I was like, ooh, I fuck with this. Also, there was one particular scene that was kind of funny to me was when he first got Bubbles, and that nigga was threatening his dad like, yeah, he does get aggressive. He does, he either runs or fights. It's like, God damn. And that nigga Joe was like, and nigga, you fuck, nigga walk back in his room. I thought that shit was funny as fuck to me. But yeah.
For me, I'd say the scene where he went with the Crips and was forming the music video for "Beat It." Like there was a Michael Jackson song that was my shit.
That was my shit too.
Yeah, that was probably one of my favorites. And then, just see really anytime Jafar was performing on stage, because the way he was just able to embody Mike in those moments, I think damn near perfectly, was really good. And like the whole movie, I just was thinking like, man, there will be no one like this man ever again. But this makes it even sadder. Like, and I also, it was just a point in the movie where it's just like, we had two of the famous people in the world, both named Michael, and Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan at the peak. I'm just like, I could imagine living in that time. Obviously, Michael Jackson being a million times bigger, but like, just living through that time had to be a magical experience.
I liked his little jab at Prince. That was funny.
I thought that was a good line too.
I think before we go into the bag, my last little bit was I think overall, I think one thing they captured really good was just the process of him making the music videos. Like the Thriller, I think the Thriller scene, him making Thriller, was probably my favorite. Just seeing his thought process behind, okay, if we're gonna shoot this video, don't shoot my face, or don't just shoot my face, shoot my whole body, so people actually feel the music that I'm doing. So I thought that was really intricate. And then the last thing, that secretary. All right, we can get into the bag.
And this is why you algorithm.
Bitch, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I just made a bag. Bitch, I just made a bag of beef.
Niggas be acting niggas be wondering why their algorithm is the way they are. And then this nigga say stuff like this, like the phone.
Give our bad question. Top 5 biopic, like music biopics. If there's been that much. Just name it so.
Do I know 5 music biopics?
Yeah,
I for sure do know 5.
Do I know 5 movies?
This nigga here, bro. This is crazy.
Number 1 is Ray. I forgot. Number 1 is Ray.
Number 1 is Ray. Number 1 is for sure Ray.
Ray like the
best shit I've ever seen in my life, nigga.
I was just naming them. I wasn't putting them in order, but Ray is another good one.
Ray,
I don't think
Ray is tough.
Damn, the Sinner.
Like, that's the type of biopic we needed from Michael Jackson. Like, they show Ray doing drugs and shit. They should show Mike doing something crazy. I don't know. Well, Mike
kind of jumping back to, because how did you feel about? Because they hinted at the painkillers when he had the burn.
Foreshadowing shit.
Yeah. So like they hinted at it. They didn't really, which they might go into in the second part to see how.
That's what kills him ultimately.
Yeah. Yeah. So they plan
maybe in the second movie they go more into depth with
definitely for sure
those struggles. Yeah, but if I was to say
the Jackson family doesn't intervene,
yeah, you know how they get. I like one thing I wish, and after this, then I'll talk about the movie, like the other 5 movies. One thing I thought they were going to like address was like the Jermaine Jackson part of everything. I get that Jermaine Jackson's son is like playing Michael, but the fact that he like still stayed in Motown when the Jackson 5 like left, and then like Jermaine Jackson tried to like start his career up, and then he like had that diss song to Mike, and then like Mike responded with Black and White. I thought they would have like talked about that a little bit, but maybe that's a little bit after 1989. I'm not sure. I'm kind of getting my timelines, but I always thought that was pretty interesting. It made me want to go back to Jermaine Jackson's music just to see what that shit was sounding like. I had to cut it off.
Black and White?
Nah, not Black and White. I had to like listen to like
Jermaine
Jackson's.
I'm saying his music was sounding black and white.
You know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So we're gonna go to these 5 biopic movies. Number 1 is Ray for me. Number 2, definitely James Brown. Number 3, Dreamgirls. Definitely love Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls a biopic?
Technically, it's about the Supremes.
Was Dreamgirls?
It's not really, but like I think Diana, because Beyonce played the character Beyonce plays is Diana Ross. It's a character based off Diana Ross.
Yeah.
And like,
Okay.
she tried to. I think Diana Ross tried to like fight the person who made Dreamgirls. My sister told me that.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I don't know why they did that. And then number 4, does Cadillac Records count?
Yeah, Cadillac Records good as shit too.
Okay, yeah, Cadillac Records is number 4. Number 5, that's a toss up. I could put Michael in this motherfucker because after that, there's not a lot of like musical biopics that I'm fucking with that I'm thinking about because all of my musical biopics gonna be black people. I'm not putting Elvis Presley in this bitch. I'm not putting.
That's real.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't never seen.
I don't care about that.
I've never seen the Elvis movie.
Never.
I don't even know if I have 5, but this is not about to be in order at all. But I would say if I had to give some of the top musical biopics I've seen, I would say Ray on there. Obviously, I wasn't even thinking about Dreamgirls, so I'll put that too. Michael, Green Book, as well.
That's a good one.
And then
niggas putting Straight Outta Compton in there.
I like Straight Outta Compton.
That shit was going in mine. Hey,
Straight Outta Compton is great.
I like
Straight Outta Compton was like that.
You know what? I'm gonna throw Straight Outta Compton in there too.
Oh shit! I forgot about Respect with Aretha Franklin. I forgot about that one. That was decent.
I haven't seen that.
I done looked up some movie biopics. I didn't even realize I seen some. So I would put Ray as number 1 because the best one. Then Cadillac Records because I fuck with that one. Is Get Rich or Die Trying? Does that count?
I'll whoop your head, boy.
Y'all laugh. I'm serious.
Throw it on there. Throw it on.
Fuck it, why not? It's not like we have like a multitude of shit to pull from.
I say Get Rich or Die Trying. I like Straight Outta Compton. And then, what's that? It's
just put Notorious B.I.G. in there.
Lorenz Tate in it. He's like the main character. That one, what's it? It's the Frankie Lyman movie. Have y'all seen that one?
I don't think so.
I don't think
It got Lorenz Tate and a whole bunch of bad bitches in it. Why do fools fall in love?
I don't remember that one.
No, that was tough.
Damn, I forgot when there was a Miles Davis movie.
I didn't know there was one.
Miles Ahead.
Y'all never seen something?
Yeah, by Don.
You know what? I have like a long time ago.
Yeah, I fuck with this one too.
Yeah.
Long time.
Didn't Denzel Washington have a play a musical biopic? I feel like that nigga was playing the trumpet one day.
You're not thinking
I was
of
just like,
Mo Better Blues, huh?
I think that's That's not. Is that a biopic?
I don't think that's a biopic. I think that's just a Spike Lee joint. But
yeah, you right. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm kind of in peace, but I know for a fact I ain't Scene 5, but some of my top ones is definitely Michael, Ray, the Chadwick Boseman, James Brown biopic, and Straight Outta Compton. Probably Straight Outta Compton being my favorite. I'll never forget the scene in Straight Outta Compton where it was basically Ice Cube's son literally rapping, his voice rapping the niggas you love to hate. And then the scene after that where they showed him meeting his manager, like, yeah, they just dissed you. Like, have you heard this? He was like, Benedict Arnold. He was like, all right, nigga. And the rest is history. I mean, No Vaseline. I think that's the greatest diss track ever made. But, yeah, so
I could co-sign. I remember that bus scene, that school bus scene. That shit was
bus
funny to me.
scene was pretty funny. We're going to go ahead and get into our final segment, our redacted rules. Thank you guys again for coming on the show again and giving us great content again. So to close it out, if you guys would each give us your redacted rules or hot takes, whatever you're feeling in the moment, you know you guys pack those as well. So whatever you're feeling, please bless the audience with that dialogue.
My redacted rule is stop casting light-skinned niggas as dark-skinned people. Stop casting dark-skinned niggas as light-skinned people. There we go.
Yo, it just gets to a point, my nigga. Like,
stop casting dark-skinned
yo, ref,
niggas.
do something.
Stop making dark-skinned people evil in media. That's my rule. Stop making dark-skinned people evil, bro. That's my rule.
I like that rule.
Damn.
Nigga flustered.
Rule. I'm not. Don't put that out there. I don't think this is more of a rule as much as it is a statement. And if you know the podcast, we just dropped an episode, so I'll refer back to that. Man, niggas was not dick riding like they was back in the 90s, bro. Look at this Michael Jackson shit, bro. The way niggas was riding dick for Michael Jackson, man, niggas was passing out. Did y'all see that video of a nigga in the movie theaters passed out watching Michael Jackson? They had the paramedics in the movie theater.
I would have had to leave. I'm like, boy, you doing too much.
Too much.
You're doing
too much.
Too much.
Come on, gang.
You just ruined my whole movie experience because you want to act the ass.
I mean,
now you accruing a hospital bill because your ass didn't know how to act in this fucking theater.
Generational dick riding. That's all I have to say.
He just wanted to say that phrase, bro.
He really just did that. That's what that says.
The worst type of nigga, bro.
I said what I said.
My redacted rule is go eat. Some of y'all might be hungry. Just go eat. Just go eat something.
All right.
And my redacted rule is be the black person the Japanese think you are. And with that being said, it's been your boy Wafik.
It's been your boy Day to Day.
And we out.
Peace.
Oh my God.
Recipes call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, step with a fan, keep it all of the hoes on mute. Pull a little perk, could be yellow with a brew. 48 vert, quick burns. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cube. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice, it'll drop like 8. Chain came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Parator came with a mate. Charcoal's white like paint. My hoe by the hoe, cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype. Plus I came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. Silver right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic hoe making Alfredo. I put a bag on a hoe on my payroll. I get active and then I lay low. The